Hi, my name is Dennis Jin, UR14CS319, and I'm going to be explaining the sixth experiment, which is to design a web page using HTML5, form elements, and media elements. So let's get started on the code. HTML, we have our HTML tag followed by our head tag, which contains our title, metadata, link to our CSS file, the JavaScript, and our bootstrap.css, followed by the hyperlink reference to our new CSS. The body contains a few links. We have 5 links over here, and so we have given our links with our hyperlink anchor tag followed by the hyperlink reference. This is our first. This is regarding our first page, which is digital clock, and our script here is to function display variable d is equal to new date, document.getElement by id, time.inner html is equal to d.getHours plus d.getMinutes plus d.getSeconds. So this would start to, and also set interval display 1000. So this would start to initiate our counter, the digital clock. As you can see here, my digital clock is running, and yeah, that's it for our digital clock portion. Now if we go to quest 2, we are redirected to a dynamic background page. So let's take a look at the code for that. Again, the whole thing here is the same. Our script, JavaScript, is the only difference here. The different part is highlighted here. And so for changing our background to random colors, we've given this function set background color. Variable red is equal to math.floor math.random times 255. Variable blue is equal to math.floor math.random times 255. Same goes for green and any color. Okay, and then document.getElements by tag name body 0.style is equal to background color plus color, and it changes background every 2 seconds. So that's that, and we set our interval to set background color for 300, and we close our JavaScript there, and this is what elicits our dynamic background. Moving on to our third quest. We just have to hover over this here to change the font. So our code for that, our JavaScript for that, is variable ORI is document.getElement by ID, para1.style.font-size, function inc size, document.getElement by ID, para1.style.font-size is equal to 50 pixels. Function to decrease the size is to document.getElement by ID, para1.style.font-size is equal to so yeah, that decreases the size, and this we can see this in the new.css page. So this again would elicit this effect over here. Hovering over would increase the size, and hovering over would decrease the size. Our next program is this moving object. When we click start, it'll keep going, and when we click stop, it'll stop and go back to the original location. So that refers to this here. First, we import a picture called car, and we have 2 buttons, one for start and one for stop. And this is our script here. Variable image object is equal to null. Variable animate image object is equal to document.getElement by ID, my image. Image.object is equal to style.position is relative. Image object style.left is 0 pixels. We have a function move right. Image object style.left is equal to parse int image object left.left style.left plus 10 plus pixels. Animate is equal to set timeout move right 200. This calls move right in every 20 milliseconds. And also we have a function called stop. This would stop the animating object. So clear time at animate image object dot style dot left is equal to 0 pixel. It moves it back. So that's it for our fourth quest, and our last quest would be to display would be to display the books before 1990s and after 90. It would sort the books according to date, and our program for that is uh, so we have our books here. We have created objects here. These are all different books, and to sort through, we create an array, and we have to iterate through that array to check the given year. And the code for that is variable I is equal to 0 while I is less than book.length. Document.get book element by ID book.inner HTML plus equal to books I dot title by books I dot author plus br I plus plus, and here variable I is equal to 1 while I is less than books.length. If parse int books I dot year is less than or equal to 1980, in console.log parse int books I dot year document.get element by ID b inner HTML is equal to books I element, else document.get ID a inner HTML plus is equal to book I dot title document.get element by ID a dot inner HTML plus minus is equal to space I plus plus, and this would sort through our given books here, and it would sort it through for date before 1980s book B, book E, and after 1980s we have book A, book C, and book D. Lastly, we have our CSS page. So this our body is has a white background. It does not repeat, and our background size is cover. We have our container nav. These are all our basic, slightly modified through CSS. Listed items are inline block 19%. When we hover over it, we have a background color of our GBA 64, 64, 64, 1.5. And lastly, our listed item A would contain a display block, color white, text align center, padding 14 pixels by 16 pixels, and text decoration is none. Yeah, that concludes our experiment here. Thank you.